All right, let us now turn our attention to this weekend's main event in Las Vegas at the Apex. It was supposed to be Jack Hermansson against Darren Till. Then it became Jack Hermansson against Kevin Holland. And then finally, hopefully, the last one, it's Jack Hermansson versus Marvin Vettori in the main event this Saturday, UFC Fight Night. And of course, we're talking to the Joker, Jack Hermansson himself. Jack, thank you for doing this. We have a lot to discuss. And I appreciate the time very much. You're now in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for having me. I'm at the hotel right now, so we did the COVID test and yeah, 1 day of quarantine to waiting for the result.
I believe this is your first fight in Las Vegas, correct?
Yep, that's right.
First trip to Las Vegas as well?
Second trip.
What was the first one?
I was coaching my friend in the contender series, Kenneth Berg.
Okay, interesting. I'm sure when you dreamed of fighting in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, it didn't include an empty Apex. It probably was, sold out arena on the Strip, T-Mobile, MGM, right? It's a little weird to debut in Las Vegas this way.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was driving past that new arena on the way here. It just looks amazing, and you're looking at it and just like, man, to fight in there would be something. And then you're going to this small thing now, but yeah, at least I got the opportunity to fight. So, but I'm definitely looking forward to those big arenas when everything is opening up again.
So I want to start actually with the new news first. On Saturday, we found out that you were not fighting Kevin Holland. Unfortunately, he tested positive for COVID. And now you were fighting Marvin Vettori, who was scheduled to fight on December 12th against Ronaldo Jacare Souza. And so they basically swapped them, Marvin fighting you, Kevin Holland fighting Jacare. And then shortly thereafter, a video courtesy of your video blog series, which I want to get to as well, came out of your manager, Tim Simpson of Paradigm, calling you and telling you the news. And as we've talked in the past, it doesn't look like a lot of things bother you. You seem like a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. In that moment, you seem pretty crushed when you heard the news. Could you tell us what you were feeling after you had already made the trip, right, to Las Vegas, the long journey to Las Vegas, that your second opponent now was out?
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all, and he was just like, "Man, can we speak?" And yeah, he called me, and when he told me that, man, the world just fell apart. I felt like, no, 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 all of this and all the preparation, the travel, everything, and I'm so ready to fight, and suddenly it's not gonna happen. So I was crushed, but just for a couple of seconds before he told me that they had a replacement fight for me. So then it was all good again.
And it sounded like you even said yes to the replacement fight before you even knew who the replacement was.
Yeah, it was straight away. Yeah, I didn't hesitate at all. Didn't matter who it was. As long as I have a fight, I'm all good with it right now. So I'm here in Vegas to fight, and they can put anyone in front of me now. But I was happy with Vettori, though. He being a ranked fighter and all, so that's good.
But safe to say, you probably would have said yes to anyone.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
How familiar were you with Marvin Vettori?
Very familiar. I know about him for many years and seen his fights. So I knew exactly who he was, and yeah, I think it makes for a good fight. So he's a southpaw as well, like Darren was. So all of that preparation there is coming to use.
By the way, did you think it was a little weird that on the same day that this all happened, and that it was announced and reported that Kevin Holland is now fighting the following week?
I couldn't understand why the media didn't like push on that. It was just like everybody just reported it like it was nothing, and I'm just like, why isn't anybody discussing this?
Trust me, I think it's a little bit strange, and I feel like we should put a little asterisk next to that one because as of right now, he's still positive for COVID, right? He still has to get through that.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, doesn't he have any symptoms, and how long will it last? And he probably needs to isolate for a good amount of time and not train at all. Or yeah, I don't know, man. There is some questions there for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So luckily you get this fight, and it's remaining a 5-round main event. So I would imagine your respect for Marvin for stepping up, for taking the fight a week prior to his schedule, about 5 rounds. I'm assuming, Marvin's the kind of guy who likes to get in people's faces. He's a little bit
Yeah.
intense, but I would imagine you have a lot of respect for him, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's awesome that he's willing to step up, and but of course, it's a good opportunity for him to
Mhm.
go through the rankings. But yeah, I know that he usually has a beef with his opponents, but no bad words was exchanged yet, so all good so far.
Yet being the key
Yet.
word. There's still a few days. Um, so what was your reaction when because Darren Till of the three, let's be honest, Darren Till was the biggest name, right? That was a
Yeah.
massive fight, a potential number one contender fight. When you found out it was going from Darren Till to Kevin Holland a couple of weeks ago, how did you react to that?
Yeah, I wasn't super happy with it. I really wanted a bigger name, and we really pushed for it. But in the end, we ended up with Kevin Holland, and I wasn't sure about taking the fight at first. But immediately when I started to doubt it, and I just felt like so empty, and I felt like the preparation was going so good, and I just need to fight right now. I'm in the best shape ever, and I feel like I don't want to be irrelevant and sitting down, and so people are forgetting about me. I want to stay in there and show myself. So I felt like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I remember you posted a video on your Instagram page, and I believe you said five opponents turned you down before they settled on Kevin Holland.
Yeah, five that I know of.
Wow. Let's
Yeah.
name them. Here we go. Number
No,
one.
no, no.
Come on. Why are you protecting them? They turned you down.
Yeah, I know, but you never know. Like even with in the negotiations and stuff, there can be details, and yeah, you never know. But there was definitely some guys that said no.
The
Uh,
Holland fight was fun because he had won four fights in 2020 and he wanted to be Batman as a
yeah,
kid. You're the
yeah, that
Joker.
was fun. Yeah.
It was
I know
perfect.
that was fun actually. So there was something going on there.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately. Is that something that you're interested in, or do you think that, maybe revisiting after the Vittori fight, or do you think that once you get past Vittori, you're kind of be past him?
let's forget about Holland. Let's forget about Till. If I beat one more guy now, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm ranked number 4, and it needs to be a contender fight.
Mhm.
It needs to be against Paulo Costa or Robert Whittaker. I feel Adesanya already fought Costa and Whittaker, and we need somebody else up there. And I feel like I am that guy. I'm ranked number 4, and I have a different skill set, with my grappling and all. And I feel like that's what we need to see with Adesanya next. So yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. Why even do you versus Costa or Whitaker? Why not you versus Israel?
Yeah, I know. It's just like I don't
You're being
feel
too
like,
nice.
yeah, I know, but uh, I'm pushing for it. I'm pushing for it, but yeah, I think I need some help. I'm good at fighting, and yeah, hopefully the UFC and the fans can see that it's interesting to see Israel against a guy like Jack. He has something else. He can be dangerous. What happens if Jack takes him down? And if people get interested in that, maybe I could fight Israel next. But I'm gonna do my best after this win and make a push for it.
What was your reaction when you found out that they want to do Israel versus Jan Blachowicz for the 205-pound belt?
Well, it feels all right just because it's Israel. I really believe that he can win that fight, and I really believe that he will stay active and go down and defend his belt pretty
Okay.
quickly. So it wouldn't surprise me if Israel does one in light heavyweight next year and one in middleweight. And if he can make it happen, then it's all right. Should he lose and he needs time off and all of that, and he loses his hype with the loss, that
Right.
wouldn't be good at all. But what if he's a double champ, and I'm going up there and dethroning him? That would be my dream. So
I like that you already you came out with this. I didn't even ask you about who's next. This is something that's on your mind.
yeah, all the time. It's what I'm thinking about, man. That's the title to become the best. That's feeding me the energy that I need for the training and everything. And even the motivation for this opponent is the title, just to reach the title. So that's the only thing that motivates me, and that's what's keeping me in the sport. That's my goal.
You know, I've talked to enough fighters over the years who have said very similar things to what you're saying right now. And then unfortunately they stumble and then they get another run and they say, you know what, I was too focused on the title. And now I need to just focus on the next fight and the next fight. But you are openly saying that you are like almost obsessed with the title and becoming
Yeah,
the best. Is that
yeah.
healthy? Is that good?
It's the only thing I know, and I can't change anything about it. Doesn't matter, even when I lost to Cannonier, I just took it like, all right, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the title yet, and
Hmm.
now I've improved, and now I feel like I can beat anyone, and including Israel. So yeah, and the guys can try to prove me wrong, but I really believe in my skills, and that is going to be my goal. That's always going to be my focus.
What do you think of his fight against Paulo Costa? That was impressive, right?
That was really impressive. I thought that Costa was going to give him trouble. And on the other hand, I thought that Costa was going to have kind of a different game plan. But you can also say that Israel shut him down. So it's a lot of views on that fight. But Israel was really impressive for sure.
What is the name of your YouTube channel?
It's just Jack Hermansson.
Jack Hermansson. I have to commend you and your team. Your video blogs, truthfully, sincerely, are fantastic. I want everyone who's watching this, after watching this, to go on your YouTube channel because the quality of your video blogs, I mean, this is high quality stuff. The way it's shot, the interviews is really just phenomenal. When did you decide to do this? And who is behind all of this? Because this is some of the best video blogs that I've seen a fighter do.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is, I did a documentary in Norway, and the guy that shot that documentary, his name is Christian Bastiansen, and after the documentary, he felt like, I want to continue on this story. We need to make some more content for people. So yeah, he stepped in, and he's following me and doing these video blogs. He's producing it. He's doing all the work with it. So he's a one man
Wow.
thing that he does. So he's amazing. So yeah, Christian Butchers, and shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Christian because it's not just your typical video blog where they're following you. Then
Uh,
there's interviews that he cuts to with narration and stuff. It's really impressive. And what's really impressive is that you're being very open throughout. For example, you mentioned in the last one you injured your toe, you
yeah.
sprained your toe in training, and your coach is trying to step on your toe and all this stuff. Why would you tell people that? Usually, you would keep that under wraps.
Yeah, I know, and some people are like, my strength and conditioning coach. He's like so skeptic about those stuff. He says you can never talk about anything like that. And I'm just like, yeah, go on, Marvin. Try to step on my toe. Try to focus on that, and I'm gonna punch you in the face. So I believe if you are focusing on the injuries of your opponent, then you're making a mistake. You need to see the whole picture all the time.
Hmm.
So yeah, go for my toe. It's really painful. It still is. I can be open about that. It still it isn't healed. But try to stomp it. Try whatever you want. I'm gonna find something else to do with you if you try that.
How did you injure it?
Uh, it was like we had a crazy sparring session, and it was like in the last round. I just managed to like almost like kick straight into the shin of my opponent with the toe,
Oh no.
basically. So yeah, and on the travel here, man, it was just like the beating, and it was like,
Throbbing.
yeah, that was so painful. But it's starting to get better now. So
Right or left?
ride, ride,
Okay. Well,
right
you even
toe.
tell us the
Let's
leg.
go
That's
for it. Attack my toe.
oh my gosh. That is okay. Now the other thing is I've asked you this question in the past. You're such a smiley guy. You're such a happy guy, and it seems like nothing bothers you. But now I know I finally found out what bothers you. I finally found out what bothers you. There's a scene in the last one where you're sitting at the gate and you come to the realization that you have forgotten your noise cancellation headphones at home and you are pissed off.
Oh
So much
man,
so that it seems like you even consider canceling the trip as a
yeah.
result of this.
That hurt. That hurts so bad. Of everything. It has to be the mouth guard. That would be the worst thing to forget.
Hmm.
And then it is the noise canceling headphones. It's oh man, because they're like, yeah, they're so important when you're traveling. When I realized how good they were in a plane, with
Hmm.
that buzzing sound, uh it really changed my life. So I hate to travel so much, man. And with those headphones, it really helps. So yeah, you're right about that. That pisses me off.
And I like how your coach was like very unsympathetic to you. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to go home now?" Is that you like
Yeah.
not feeling bad for you whatsoever? In fact, I think he had his own headphones
Yeah.
that he was kind of showing off in front of you. And initially, you're watching it, and I'm like, "Okay, that sucks, no big deal." But then I see the trip that you had to endure to get to Las Vegas. You
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. Oslo to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Detroit, Detroit to Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's right. That's
That's
right.
How many hours in the air?
I have no idea. Too many.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
Is it comfortable to be flying, the pandemic and everything? How did you feel about flying throughout all of this?
It's actually better than when it's not the pandemic, because you have a lot of space. There
Yeah.
was nobody sitting on the sides of me. That was really nice. And also when we came to the US, usually there is several hours in the immigration to go through the control there, but now it took like 10 minutes. So
Wow.
that was nice. Yeah.
It seemed like the airport in Norway, maybe because it was early, was completely empty.
Yeah. Yeah. There's almost no people.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you guys were able. And again, I just want to reiterate, people should go watch this stuff because whatever you guys are doing is really beautiful. It's
Thank you.
beautifully shot. I really love the way it's put together. Are you going to do? Are you like? Because I know you posted one very recently. Is there more coming this week
There's,
leading up
yeah,
to the fight?
definitely. There is more coming. So I bet Christian is working on it right now.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely more coming, and there's gonna be some. I think it's just gonna get better. So make sure that you get out.
And I understand also that well, like usually when fighters do this, sometimes they don't get access backstage. Will your guy get access backstage?
Um, I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure if sometimes you can't bring the huge cameras, but you can bring a small one or
Right.
whatever. So yeah, we will see when we get there.
Okay. Your manager Tim also told me that one of the reasons going from Till to Holland that you were down to fight Holland, even though he wasn't highly ranked, was you really wanted to fight one more time this year. That meant a lot to you. Why was it so important for you to fight at least one more time this year?
Like, I really like to be active, and one fight per year is not enough for me, and I think it's not enough to stay relevant for the fans. And yeah, I want to be up there, in the picture now in the middleweight division. I feel like if I just stay at home waiting for something, people are forgetting about me. So I want to stay relevant, and I couldn't just imagine going home and celebrating Christmas and everything like that with a good, with a good feeling. If I didn't get that fight first, I want to get out there and do my work, and then I can relax a little bit and enjoy Christmas, and then starting to look for the next challenge.
Do you like
So
the sorry to interrupt. Do you like the idea of fighting in the smaller cage? Considering your style, I feel like it probably is good.
the thing is that it might be like, no, not really. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer the takedown on the open mat. I don't
Mm.
like, it's not that it's okay to take people down from the cage, but then the cage is closed for them to work their get ups. So I would prefer to get them on the open mat, and my stand up game needs a lot of mobility. Like I like to move around a lot in the cage with my footwork, and that gets a little bit limited by the smaller cage as well. So I actually prefer to be well.
Okay. Considering the fact that you're, highly ranked and he's trying to kind of break through and it's short notice for him and all this stuff, do you feel like you need to finish in order to get what you want next year? Like, do you need to prove a point on Saturday?
Yeah, but I always feel like that, man. I always feel like I need to prove a point and show that I'm, because I want to fight the best. So I feel that every fight, and I'm always looking for the finish, and that's what's going through my mind in the fights. You will never see me like try to ride in a decision or anything like that. I'm always trying to finish. And if I don't finish, I don't feel fully satisfied with the win.
Last thing, what do you think is the key to beating Marvin Vettori?
The key to beating Marvin is, yeah, I think as long as I don't do any big mistakes, so just keep my focus through the fight and things will present itself. That's the only thing I need to do. So if I'm 100% focused, I don't see him beating me. I need to sleep on something for that to happen.
All right. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. I wish you the best over there in Las Vegas, Jack. Thank you for the time as always. Looking forward to the fight. And again, keep up the great work with the video blogs. I'm enjoying them very much.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.